everybody, Annemarie here from the Trafalgar Library, coming to you from my home while we are all staying home to keep each other safe and sound. And I wanted to talk to you guys about writing today. For instance, this first time I want to talk more about journaling. So if you are already out there journaling, you know all about the benefits. It helps you sort out your own thoughts. It's great for if you need to remember something and come back later. And right now it's extra important because we are living through history. This is one of the biggest ways that history is recorded, through journals. And to have your experience, your opinions out there is amazing. You don't have to share your journal with anyone if you want, but you could also share it online. You could share it via private forums, all kinds of ways. And journaling is important for so many reasons. Lots of really intelligent people keep journals. For example, I've got some historic figures who kept journals. I've got Albert Einstein, pretty smart guy. Marie Curie, really amazing scientist. Frida Kahlo kept a journal. And, you know, we don't really know her for her writing. We know her more for her visual art. But she said that it helped her keep her thoughts organized, helped her understand her inspiration, and really embraced her creativity. Lots of authors keep journals. For example, Franz Kafka kept a journal. And I've got a great quote here by Joan Didion, another author. "Although I have felt compelled to write things down since I was 5 years old, I doubt that my daughter ever will. For she is a singularly blessed and accepting child, delighted with life as exactly life presents it to her. Unafraid to go to sleep and unafraid to wake up. Keepers of private notebooks are a different breed altogether. Lonely and rearrangers of things, anxious malcontents, children afflicted apparently at birth with some presentiment of loss." Is that you? It's me. It's me a little bit. Are you a different breed altogether? So, what could you do now to keep a journal? I'm going to publish to the JCPL Facebook page some writing prompts. I'm going to publish some for fiction writing, which we'll talk about in a minute, but I'm also going to present some for journaling. And if you already feel inspired, then you don't need my prompts. But if you're feeling like you want to get your experience out there, but you're not quite sure how, take a look at those prompts and we'll journal our way through this together. Now, if you want to talk about fiction writing, how many of you are also fans of post-apocalyptic and apocalyptic fiction? Me. Well, while I hope this doesn't actually end as an apocalypse, boy, could you see our current situation being the first chapter of one of those books. I could. So I'm also going to publish some great fiction writing prompts for you guys. And this doesn't have to be any specific genre. You don't have to write in that genre. But I'm going to post all different genres prompts for you. If you've never journaled before, I've got some suggestions. I mean, you could pick up a notebook and write it down on paper. That's fine. If that's not you, and that's not me, I don't journal on paper, you can use one of these apps. These should all be pretty easy. There's one called Grid Diary, and that one's a little bit more like bullet journaling if you've heard of it. You'll get a grid that's got, tell me 4 things that you did today, and tell me something that was positive about your week, and tell me what you were struggling with today, in little grids through the thing. And you can fill each of those out, and it's not as much a narrative as it is, you know, a snapshot, and that's perfect. We've also got a couple more. Give me just a second to check those out. Pause. The computer went off. So I'm back after only small technical difficulties, and I was going to talk to you guys about some apps that you could use for journaling. I started with Grid Journal, and also you could use one called Day One that allows you to add photos, to add video, all kinds of stuff to your diary or journal. There's also one that's called Journey that gets great reviews. So no matter how you choose to journal, if you journal electronically, if you journal on paper, if you journal with your voice, if you vlog, however you choose to do it, JCPL is here, and we are going to give you some things to write about. And if you would like to share any of that with us, you can email it to me, Annemarie, at awallace@jcplin.org, and I will share it to our Facebook page. So I will leave you with one of the writing prompts that I'm going to put up. And this one is specifically for, what we are going through right now. All of us being sitting inside our homes, not quite sure about how all this is going to work out. The first question it's going to ask me today is, how are you feeling today? How would you like to feel today? Well, today I'm feeling okay, but boy, I would sure like to feel like everything was normal again. I would like to feel like I'm at the library with you guys. What is something you're grateful for today? I am grateful that I still get to talk to you guys. I would be very grateful if any of you sent me an email. I'm grateful for my home. I'm grateful that we're okay. Describe a recent connection you had with someone to stay in touch. What did you talk about? How did you feel afterwards? Well, last night I got together with 3 of my friends on Zoom, and I sat out by the fire and we talked for a couple hours, and it was really great. It was really great. I felt better after. I felt like I had connected with a real human being. As much as I can right now. We talked a lot about normal things. We all worked together. We talked a lot about work. We talked about how our personal lives are going. Just normal things. We don't have to talk about anything big. Just be. So the next was, describe an activity you did recently that made you feel good. What other activities sound comforting right now? Well, I tell you right now, reading is making me feel pretty good. I am reading a scary book, and it is set in Indiana, which is very entertaining for me. Also, yesterday I played with slime with my son, and it felt really good, but weird, because there was some weird slime in there. What other activities sound comforting right now? Well, I really liked sitting by the fire last night. I think I might do that again. I tell you what, my face is gonna glow when I come out of quarantine. That's how many facials I have done. And then the last part of this one would be especially good for paper journalers. It wants you to draw an object that had special meaning to you in the recent days. And I tell you what, I would draw that phone right there, because that is my only connection to anyone outside of my home. I love my family. They are great. But you start to feel claustrophobic after a little while. And that phone right there is what lets me reach out to you guys and say, I miss you. I hope I will see you soon. Please journal. Please send them to me. And that's all for now. Goodbye.